am Cam LeKay, and this is Mercury Live. I am here at the Miami International Boat Show, and today I'm talking with Jeff Becker from Mercury Marine. So today we're going to be talking about the V12 600 horsepower Verado. All right, Jeff, so tell me a little bit more about how the 600 horsepower Verado engine came about, things such as the V12 program history and the information.
Yeah, absolutely. So Mercury's always monitoring trends in the industry, trying to make sure that we offer the best marine portfolio for our customers. And one of the biggest trends that we've seen in recent years is the growth of large outboard powered boats, both in segments that are traditionally powered by outboard, like the center console market that we traditionally see here in Florida, but also segments that are have been historically powered by stern driver diesel. They're starting to convert to outboard. They see the benefits of outboard, and so in 2016 we kicked off the program to start developing the 600 horsepower V12 Verado.
So a few years ago.
Yes.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about who is the 600 horsepower Verado engine for, and what kind of boats you actually see it going on?
Yeah, so the 600 Verado really is designed for the customer that's looking to optimize the overall performance of their boat. So everything that this engine has really was for cruise fuel efficiency, improving slow speed handling, and everything to make boating more enjoyable, more comfortable, more luxurious on the water.
Right,
Absolutely.
Exactly.
And so what we see is when we look at these large center consoles, historically what boat builders and customers would have to do is just add more outboards to the back. The 600 Verado allows them to consolidate, have fewer outboards on the back, more transom space, and just provide a better experience for those customers.
Plus it looks better.
Looks better, both in the outboard center console, but also in those segments that traditionally when you have a stern driver or diesel, you have a full transom. So having as few outboards on the back, freeing up as much space as possible is really a benefit for those customers.
I can already anticipate what your response is going to be to this question, but what has been the response been like from the actual boat builders themselves?
Yeah, the response has been amazing. There's a number of boats here at the Miami Boat Show with 600s on them. We're building them as fast as we can. We're keeping up with demand.
Lots of demand right now, right?
Lots of demand, and we're getting a lot of demand from the segments that we expected, which is the saltwater center console, the large kind of runabout cruiser market, but we're also starting to see some niche markets. We've seen some pontoons that have 600 horsepower engines on them, which a couple years ago you'd never thought you'd have 600 horsepower on a pontoon.
Right.
So we're really seeing the reach that this engine is providing Mercury, and really opening up some new opportunities for boat builders and customers.
As people are out on the waters, they're enjoying times with their family and friends, what are the key features of the 600 horsepower Verado? How does this improve the actual overall boater's experience?
We drove a lot of the features that are on this engine from the market research that we do at the beginning of every program. So we take that input and really provide the customer what they're looking for. One of them is just an easy, smooth driving experience.
Right.
So, from how quiet the engines are, the steerable gear case, the transmission, everything else that this engine provides just really improves the overall boating experience for the customer.
Luxurious, keeping that in mind, right?
That's right, yes.
Let's get into the performance, like the thrilling acceleration, fuel economy, things of that nature with this.
Yeah, so a lot of our customers know, 600 horsepower is it's a lot of horsepower on a boat, but what we learned is that it's really more about total horsepower, more about top speed than, there's other things that these customers are looking for. It's, cruise fuel economy, acceleration, and overall optimizing where they spend all their time, because people talk about, my boat can do 70 miles an hour, but they never really go 70 that often, right? They're always going, cruise speed with family and friends and enjoying their time on the water. So this engine, with everything that it has, is really optimized for that cruise speed and then slow speed around the dock. So the two-speed transmission, automatic two-speed transmission, automatically shifts from first to second gear, getting those big heavy boats on plane, and allowing boaters to see the horizon and kind of enjoy their cruise speed. It also offers lower RPM at cruise in the second gear. That feeds into the fuel economy. And provides customers kind of that improved fuel efficiency to go farther, explore more places.
Exactly. And they could be out on the water longer, enjoying
That's right.
their day with better fuel economy.
Absolutely.
When I was walking around the show, I noticed some things that were different, right? So let's talk about the steerable gear case.
Yeah, so the steerable gear case is one of the biggest innovations on the 600. So traditional outboards, when you turn your boat, the whole outboard turns.
Right.
When we look at the size of this engine and what we wanted this engine to do for the market, we knew we needed to innovate and come up with a different steering solution for these customers. So the 600 Verado has a steerable gear case, so the only portion of the outboard that moves with turns is the gear case. Everything else remains static. This provides a number of benefits to boat builders and consumers. From a builder perspective, it allows the engines to take up less space on the transom, freeing up more of that for fishing and other activities on your boat. And then from a boater perspective, it improves overall handling. You don't have all the engine weight shifting back and forth, especially in joystick applications. Really providing, again, back to that luxurious, refined performance that these customers are looking for.
When we're thinking about having a boat, right, one of the things that boaters think about is what's going to be the maintenance like. So let's talk about that with this new engine.
Yeah, another one of those key things that came out of our market research is, with these large boats, making maintenance as easy as possible and as simple as possible was key. So not having to haul out your boat to do your maintenance, being able to do everything as simple as possible. So the 600 horsepower Verado has a cowl hood with an electronically actuated latch. So you pop the hood opens like on your car, and you have access to all your maintenance items right there through the hood. So you can fill and drain your engine oil, you can fill and drain your gear case lube and your transmission fluid without having to pull the boat from the water.
So I saw that was pretty easy to take off, right?
Correct, yeah. So that's a key difference with this engine, making it simple for these large boats. The other key benefit that we did with the 600 Verado is we extended our service intervals. So traditional outboards in the market have 100 and 300 hour service intervals. So this engine has pushed it to 200 and 1,000. So now you have every 200 hours you have your fluid changes, but everything is done through the hood with the boat in the water. The entire top cowl and major service doesn't happen until 1,000 hours, which is really important, really key for these large boats that this engine is going on.
Amazing. So Jeff has given us a ton of information, and I'm sure boaters are really thankful for everything that you just explained. But in the event that they want to get some more information, how could they find out more about Mercury, more about the 600 horsepower Verado?
Yeah, absolutely. Contact your local dealer. Visit mercurymarine.com. We have all our information. We have a lot of boat tests, boat performance available there as well, and just everything. Mercurymarine.com.
All right, well, that is it for this specific episode. Make sure that you stay tuned for what's coming up next with Mercury Live. Again, this is Kamala Kay. I'll see you on the next episode.